Good morning, children. Today we will do chapter 3 literature reader. How a country was created. Children, you will be having knowledge about the countries, how they created, and today I will tell you about the country, how it was created, and what is the myth after it, how the people believe it was created. Created means it developed, started. Scientists claim that the earth evolved from a dust cloud about 4.5 million years ago. What about the views of scientists? That earth was developed from a dust cloud about 4.5 million years ago. The Bushmen of Africa and Hopi in the US believe that people once lived below the earth. Now the people of Africa and Hopi, they believe the people lived below the earth. On the contrary, but in this opposition, the Japanese and Iroquois believe that gods live in the clouds and their children came down to earth as humans. So different people, different views. So they believe gods lived in clouds and their children came to the earth as humans. Read one such myth about the creation of Vietnam. Now Vietnam, you must have heard about the name of the city Vietnam and how it was created. We will be reading a myth about that. Myth means an imaginative story. Long time ago, in the country of Lac Viet, lived Lac Long Quan. In country of Vietnam, lived Lac Long Quan. This is the name of a person. The second Hung King of the Hong Bang dynasty. He was the second Hung King of Hong Bang dynasty. Like you must have heard about Chandragupta dynasty and some other dynasties. So it was like Hong Bang dynasty. It was said that his mother was a water dragon and this king's mother was a water dragon. Dragon, you must have seen the dragons in the fairs, like in Hindi you call it Ajgar, very large animal that can eat up fire and that eat up the people also. Her dragon blood flowed through his veins. Now this king was having this dragon blood in his veins and so he was called Dragon Lord. He would fight with sea monsters and this king, he would fight with sea monsters and all sorts of enemies to keep his people safe. As the king, he kept safe his people by fighting the sea monsters. In fact, all his people had to do was call out to him. So what his people have to do, whenever they are in the problem, they had to call him out and he would appear to help them and this king would appear to help them. The immortal fairy Ayuko and other fairy, immortal means that cannot die. Immortal fairy Ayuko was kind, gentle, beautiful and skilled in medicines. She was having the knowledge of medicines also. And she lived high in the mountains. And this dragon was living in the sea and this fairy was living in the mountains. One day, as she was traveling to heal the sick, a monster frightened her. She was traveling to heal means to take care, to give the relief to the sick. But a monster frightened her. She turned into a crane to fly away. And she flew away in a crane. Lac Long Quan saw her in danger. And this king, Lac Long Quan, he saw her in danger. With his arrow, he killed the monster. This king killed the monster Turning back into a fairy, Ayuko stopped to see who had helped her. Now this fairy stopped to see who had helped her. The immortal fairy and dragon lord fell in love. Now these both fairy and the king, they both fell into love and married soon after, and they both married. Now what happened? A short while later, after some time, Ayuko produced a large sack of eggs. Large sack of eggs she produced. It rapidly increased in size, and these eggs increased in size. On the seventh day, it burst, and 100 children were born to Dragon Lord and his fairy wife. They gave birth to 100 dragons, 100 children. At first, this new royal family lived in harmony. Now, in the beginning of this starting, they lived with harmony. Harmony means with peace. They lived, but this harmony could not last. But this harmony stopped very soon. He was a dragon and needed to live by water, while Ayuko missed her ancestral mountain. Ancestral mountain means she was living in the mountains. Ancestral means parental mountains, and she wanted to live in mountains. He wanted to live in the sea, and this fairy wanted to live in the mountains, and she craved to return to it. And now she was very much willing to go back to the mountains. So Lac Long Quan took 50 of the children and moved seawards. Now the king took these 50 children and moved to seawards. He took them the necessary skills to survive. Now he taught them necessary skills, whatever, as your mother teach you so many things, how to pack up your bags, how to drink milk, how to eat food. She teaches you so many things. Your father teaches you so many things. Like that, this king also taught his children how to fish, how to sew, how to cook rice, and wear tattoos to scare away sea monsters. On the other side, Ayuko took the other 50 children and moved into the highlands. There she taught them to raise animals. Now this fairy taught the children how to raise animals. How to raise means how to increase the number of animals, and grow fruit trees and build homes out of sturdy bamboo stilts. And now she taught them how to make homes out of the sturdy. Sturdy means very strong. Strong bamboo stilts. Stilts means bamboos you must have seen when we cut it into two parts, two pieces. So you can see in your science, you must have studied the house is on stilts. The bamboo is cut into two pieces, and it is used for as a pole to give the support to the houses. Thus the couple lived apart forever. Now this couple lived apart. Apart means separately forever. But together they watched over their beloved country. But they both all together watched over their country. She saved the people from the hillside, and this king saved the people from the seaside. It was through their sons and daughters that Vietnam rose into being the country that it is today. Now, through these sons and daughters, this Vietnam country, this Vietnam place rose into being. Now it is into existence that you see today. Now children, you must have enjoyed the chapter, and you must have known how the country came into existence. Now today you will read the chapter once again, and in the evening I will be sending you the answers given at the back. And you can go to the internet and you can see, make a list of activities of Vietnamese people who live by the sea. Print pictures from the internet, cut them out from magazines or draw them, make a collage of all the pictures and information that you collect. This is the activity you can do today, and read this chapter, and in the evening I will be sending you the answers of these 2 questions, and you have to fare them in your fair notebook. Thank you all.